Hey everyone, what is going on, and welcome to my Yoru Fakeout guide. This will just be going over some quick tips and tricks you can use so that hopefully your fake footsteps can be a bit more impactful in your gameplay. I got a request on my last video because I see a lot of people who just don't use their fake footsteps at all because it can be seen as a pretty weak tool. However, I'm going to go over some quick stuff so that it can be a bit more useful in your game. So let's just get straight into it. Alright, so the first thing to note about the ability is that it is insanely cheap and you most likely won't use it a whole lot. So I see people all the time who kind of hold on to them because they don't want to waste them in the right moment. However, in my opinion at least, it's so cheap and you won't use it that often that you might as well just throw it out if you have the chance to. Like, you probably won't have a lot of chances throughout the round, so you might as well just use it while you can. The other thing to note about the fake footsteps is that it's pretty much just a cherry on top to all your plays. Like, if you're playing Yoru, I would much rather you try to perfect your flash and TP plays, and if you don't have these down pretty well, honestly, I wouldn't even worry about your fake footsteps. You just don't need to worry about your fake footsteps if you don't have the core plays down with your ult, your flash, and your blind. It's just kind of the thing that you add on to after you have the rest of your gameplay down. But alright, so now that we have the general stuff out of the way, let's just get into the specific tips you can do with the fake footsteps. Alright, so the first thing you need to be aware of is the animation cancel you can do with your fake footsteps. It's pretty easy, it's not like a huge time saver, but so if you see, as soon as you throw your fake footstep, your hand kind of like holds out for a second. However, if you click your keybind for your gun right after you use it, it'll actually pull out your gun a bit faster like this. And it's just helpful if you need to throw a fake footstep and then shoot right in a play. You can do that a bit faster by doing the shortcut. And the next one is specific to bind. So pretty much the whole game on bind, I will be using my fake footsteps through the TP. And it can be such a good tool if you're playing on defense. If you just throw a fake footstep through the TP, like the whole game, and then like the final round of defense or something, just TP, and then you go through it first, then you throw it. It can be such a good tool because they won't expect you to actually be in a TP. Then after you hear them like walking up hookah or something, you can either blind out or just peek out regularly. The other thing to note on bind is that if you can get this pulled off, it can be so effective. So like pre-round, I will throw my TP onto B, then I'll run to A pre-round, and then I'll try to get a fake footstep on both of the TPs. And if you do this, it can be so effective because the enemy pretty much has to respect both the TPs. Because there is, of course, the off chance that you are actually in one of them. But if you want to, you can set up a fake footstep on A, like I did before. And then you can do the same thing on B, but you can actually go through the teleporter, and I'll show you kind of that in action. So you would throw that one on, and then you would walk through this one, like that. And they pretty much have no idea where you are, because you could either be here, or in here, or you could just not gone to either teleporter. He's so strong on bind, it is actually insane. And the next one is one for all maps, not bind in specific. So you should know at this point that if you put a footstep kind of near the wall like this, that it will make only one sound of a footstep. Sorry, I kind of messed it up by jumping. But it'll only make one footstep, which can be pretty good because the enemy might not expect it. However, what you also can do is you can set up two fake footsteps in two opposite directions. And what I mean by that is you can set up one right here, and then one right here, and all that's doing is just making it sound more real. So this is what it would sound like. And it just sounds a bit different because most people might expect the fake footsteps just going in one direction. However, if you set up two kind of like right next to each other, it can just sound a lot better. And the next one is a pretty basic one. It's either a bug or a feature, but they haven't changed it, so it's probably just going to stay in the game. But it's that you can't actually throw your TP onto a higher box than you're at unless you are standing directly on a footstep. I'm not sure why, so I will throw my fake footstep down with my right click, and then I can actually place it higher up on this box, but I can't place it up right here. I'm not sure why it is, but it can be insanely good for like a spot like this. Like here, you can't really place it up here, but if you're standing directly on footstep, then you can get it up there and TP like that. So the last thing I got for you guys is that fake footsteps are insane if your team already has the bomb down. So for example, a pretty common thing that people do on A is they will wall right here, and then they will plant right here in safety. So what you can do is you can set fake footsteps around the site like this that only make one noise. You see it's only one noise, and all these are doing are trying to distract the people trying to defuse from knowing where you are. Now, for example, as soon as they try to go for the defuse, or as soon as there's a lot of noise going on, I will hit both of these and then peek out the bomb if they try to defuse, and all it's doing is just making them unsure of where you're trying to peek from. So I will time it correctly. If I throw both of these, I will time it directly with when I'm going to peek. I'll tap both of these and then actually peek out, and they just don't know where I am because I have those fake footsteps set up pre-defuse so that it'll hopefully distract them a little bit. And that was my Yoru Fakeout guide. I try to make it pretty quick because I know people kind of like the quicker style. If you do like this style of content, make sure to like and consider subscribing. It would be greatly appreciated. Have a good rest of your day, guys, and peace out.